Lifetime Achievement recipient, Mr. Fred the Hammer Williamson.
Thank you. I have to apologize for the way I negotiated those stairs. I just did a movie 2 months ago. I do my own stunts in all my movies. In this particular movie, I jumped out of a 2-story building, getting away from the bad guys. I jumped out of the window at 6'3", and when I got up, I was 6'2". The stunt coordinator had an airbag for me to jump in, but he filled it up with too much air. So it was supposed to give when I hit it, but it didn't give. I bounced up about 5 times before I lost 2 inches. But this is kind of a different thing for me. I'm wired different than most people. I understood who I was and what I wanted to be at a very early age. I must have been about 8 years old, 9 years old. And I'm watching TV all the time, right? That was my pastime, Gary, Indiana. I'm from Gary, okay? And I'm seeing movies like Man-Tan Moorland, Stephen Fletcher. You know, Man-Tan Moorland is being chased by the bad guys, and he said, "Feet don't change, don't fail me now." And I'm looking at that, and I'm saying to myself, I don't know any black people that act like that. How come Hollywood has these people acting like that? So I'm wired a little different than that. Even today, when I get an offer for a film, there's two things they have to do to meet my demands. One, you cannot kill me in a movie. Two, I have to win all my fights in a movie. If you don't do that, I ain't coming. I don't care how much money you offer me, I ain't coming. Because I say to myself, how am I going to explain that to a couple of young brothers who looking at me and admire me, and they got to come to me and say, "Hey, why you let that guy beat you up?" How are you going to explain it? They're going to say, as most brothers would say, "You sold out." But money can't buy me. That's not what I'm about. I'm about image. I'm about knowing that I have brothers watching me. I've done so many things in my life. You don't have enough time for me to tell the things I've done here. Okay? I went to Northwestern. While my parents was telling me, "You cannot go to that school." Why, Mom? I got scholarships from Grambling, Texas A&M. I said, "I want to go to Northwestern." She said, "Why do you want to go there?" I said, "I already know that other life. I know that black life. I want to go there and see what that life is about." And they're saying to me, "Don't go, they're going to beat you up, they're going to kill you." Well, it didn't happen. I owned that school when I left. My scholarship included a new car every year. But you got to remember, you got to be bright to go there. So when I graduated from Fravel, I was number 4 in my graduation class. So I took advantage of an opportunity to go to Northwestern. And I studied architecture and engineering. I graduated with an architecture and engineering degree from Northwestern. My sideline was playing football. Football was a way to just establish being a tough guy that I am. And so I played football for Northwestern. I got drafted by the 49ers. I got at Northwestern, I'm an All-American flanker. I can catch anything between my toes, between my teeth. I can catch any ball. So I get drafted by the 49ers on the first day of practice. They gave me a red shirt. I said, "What is a red shirt for?" This means I'm popular, I'm famous. He says, "No, you're going to play defense." Defense? Don't you know who I am? I'm an All-American guy from Flankerback from Northwestern. I don't play defense. I don't know how to cover anybody. This is Red Hickey. He said, son, if you want to make this team, you got to do what we tell you to do. I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. 2 weeks go by, I ain't covering nobody. I'm falling down on my feet. I'm tripping. I don't know how to run backwards. I said, I can't do this. He says, well, you got to show us something pretty soon. We're going to send you back to Gary, Indiana. I said, what? Well, send me where? Back home? You can't send me. I'm the baddest dude in the neighborhood, man. You can't send me back. Come on. So I said, okay. Next day we come to practice. The big receiver, R.C. Owens, alley oop, they call him. He comes out. I get about a yard off of him. I can tell you what he had for breakfast. I can smell his breath. Red Hickey said, damn, Williamson, get back. He's going to make you look like a fool. I said, shut up, man. Hike the ball. So they hiked the ball. R.C. Owens took one step, and this is the hammer coming at him. I knocked him out. Knocked him out. Red Hickey runs over and says, goddamn, Williamson, what are you doing? I said, I covered him. He said, here's how I got the name. He said, well, you just back up, please, and let my pass receivers alone so I can get some pass work in and stop hammering them. That's how I got the hammer. I'm a different kind of guy. You understand? Everything to me is a challenge. And I love being black. You know why I'm being black? Because I'm motivated.
That's right.
I'm motivated to prove myself. I don't go in saying, I'm the hammer, I'm this, I'm that. I'm going in to take my place, and if somebody's in my way, I'm taking his place. That's how I feel. That's how I think. That's my motivation. I don't think I could have achieved as much as I have in my life if I was not black. Black gave me constant motivation. But whatever challenge that faced me, I didn't give a damn what it was. I didn't give a damn if nobody else did it before. I'm going to do it. So I played 10 years of pro football. I was all-pro 5 years, played in Super Bowl I. But during the off-season, I was an architectural engineer for Bechtel Steel. So I kept my architecture thing going. So that lasted for 10 years. But I got bored with football. I understood there was no longevity. If you get hurt, they drag you off the field and somebody else takes your place. So I wasn't gaining anything. So I went full-time as an architect. But that only lasted about 9 months, because I got bored. I said, sitting behind the desk 9 to 5, an hour for lunch. The hammer's gonna do this. There's no way. I can't do this. So I'm watching television one night and I saw Dan Carroll had a show called Julia. The guest star role each week was a new boyfriend. And I said, in my humble way, I'm better looking than those guys. I'm going to Hollywood and become Dan Carroll's boyfriend. So I drove my XKE from Oakland, California to Hollywood, went to the gate. And the guy at the gate says, who are you here to see? Mr. Hal Cantor. He said, you have a driver? And I said, no, you can't come on the lot. I said, okay. I drove around the block, went to the phone booth, called back to the gate. This is Mr. Hal Cantor's office. Respected Mr. Williamson. Where you living in, please? So I go into the office. I go to the secretary and I say, I want to see Mr. Hal Cantor. What's your name? I says, the Hammer. She's on the squawk box. She says, Mr. Cantor, there's a Mr. Hammer here. I said, no, damn Mr. Hammer. The Hammer. So he said, football player? I said, yeah. I said, okay. Come in, let's talk. So I went in. We have about 20 minutes of conversation. He says, why are you here? I said, I'm here because you need a regular to play Dan Carroll's boyfriend. Because she is a woman of non-respectable attitude because she is dating a new guy each week. He says, you ever acted before? I did Racing in the Sun, Carmen Jones for 5 years in Canada. And I took him to Canada because I knew he didn't know crap. And if he had asked me what character I played, I'd been dead in a while. He said, okay, I like your attitude. We'll give you a chance, we'll give you a shot. So after the first show, they wrote a show called Dancer in the Dark, about a pro football player retiring from football, meeting Dan Carroll and working in the same company that she worked in. They signed me to a 3-year contract, so my interest in Hollywood was playing Diane Carroll's boyfriend in the Julia show.
Wow. All right.
But my name was Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce. I'm gonna go from the Hammer to Steve Bruce. There's no way I'm gonna beat Steve Bruce. So I happened to be in the commissary and I walked by a guy. He says, "You're the Hammer, right?" He says, "Yes, I'm doing a movie. I got a football scene in it. Would you put all the football players together and cast the football?" I said, "Yeah, sure." The guy was the director, Robert Altman, and the movie was MASH. Wow. So my first movie was MASH. I played Spear Chucker Jones. And I didn't give a damn about that name because I throw a spear chucker at anybody that I wanted to, so I didn't care about that name. So that was my entree into Hollywood. Then I had an agent who sent me on a show. So I walk in, there's like 25 black guys, all reading for the same part. Fat, ugly, skinny, raggedy. And I'm saying to myself, this is Hollywood? I mean, how do I fit into this? Everybody's going in and reading for the same part with different images. So I'm pissed, I'm very angry. Two guys went in, they called him in. They called a third guy in, and I went in right behind him. And no, Mr. Williamson, we're not ready for you, we're not ready. I said, I'm not ready for you either. I said, you treat black people like this? You treat everybody like this? You have no respect for these people? I have no respect for you. You take the script and shove it. And I threw it across the room and walked out. Wow. I get back to my hotel. The phone is ringing. Mr. Williamson. That's not too long, Nora.
We want to hear. I know. And this, what he's sharing with you guys, is at the dinner. And there are a few tickets available.
Well, I'm not going to repeat all this at the dinner.
And because this is a part of the dinner and dialogue with director Charles Murray, and I do want to present this to you, my friend. And you know,
I'm just getting going. I'm getting warmed up, girl. I got it. No, one down, two to go.
The music that they've been playing are from some of the soundtracks of his movies.
Well, here's my tribute to Gary. I brought 2 films back here to Gary. And I must have hired at least 60 people to be in the movies. And they had a street game that they played basketball at night. And that's where I got all my extras from, because they were in need of somebody treating them in a positive way. So I put them all in the movie. And I tested one of them one day. I was paying everybody cash, $50 a day. And I put $60 in an envelope and gave it to him. He walked away and came back and said, "Oh, Mr. Williamson, you paid me $10 too much." That means that all they're looking for is respect.
That's right.
They're looking for respect. They're not all bad people. They're just looking for somebody to respect them. I mean, that was a great moment for me. I'm done.
They say you're never supposed to release the mic, especially to the Hammer. But I want to present this lifetime achievement to you, Fred the Hammer Williamson.